Good morning. Thank you for stopping and checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. This is being recorded on December 30th of 2023. And today we're going to take a look and see what's coming in over the next 6 months for the collective. Um, as, as you know, the moon had just moved into the house of Cancer. As a horoscope sign, Cancer is very understanding, very helpful, a good listener, a good shoulder to lean on. Um, Myself, I'm a Cancer, but over this past week, it almost feels like the moon has gone into the house of Cancer, but it almost feels like a Pluto retrograde or something, and almost kind of kicked me in my backside. But anyway, whatever you everyone's setting goals for the new year. Okay. So, something that you might want to consider is that with this new moon going into the house of Cancer, whatever goals you set, whatever intentions you set, whatever changes you make in your life, that's going to carry over for the next approximately 18 months, the next year and a half. So if you want to make something change, if you want it, there's something going on in your life that needs to change, this is the time to do it. Okay. Otherwise, suck it up because it's not going to change for the next roughly year and a half. Okay. Whether it be um, a relationship, not necessarily a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be with your job, it could be with your habits, it could be hobbies. Maybe it's something that you're just not quite feeling, and you're kind of like, well, I'm not really attracted to this anymore, but I almost feel obligated to do it. Change it. This is the time to make that change, you guys. Otherwise, it's not going to change for a lot of people for the next year and a half. That's is just how it is. Okay. This is over the last week and a half, there's been, for myself anyway, and some of the people that I've come across over the last week, it's like you're almost being tested, okay, to every extreme. Um, so myself, my horoscope, I am a Cancer, and with the thing with the Cancers is yes, they're very supportive, they're very caring, and they're very helpful. But when they go quiet, something is getting ready to launch. It might be good, it might be bad, but it's going to happen and it's coming. And so at least now I know I'm aware of it. I can kind of watch how I handle certain situations. And with that said, let's just go ahead and see what Spirit and our guides has to lead us to. Um, we're going to pull these out right now. Let's set these aside. We're going to go with these guys. What is coming in for the collective over the next 6 months? What do we have? What can we expect for the collective over the next 6 months? What's going on with the collective? What's going on with the collective over the next 6 months? What's going on with the collective over the next 6 months? What's coming in? What's coming in for the collective over the next 6 months? We're not taking that, it didn't come out. What's going on with the collective over the next 6 months? What's going on? No, no. We're going to take this one because it actually popped. I have to reset my workspace here. Things are starting to want to tip over. Maybe that's a sign, huh? Let's see. This is really cute. This is one of the magnets from Bernadette Carter King from her Arc Animal deck. It's really awesome. Okay, honor your spirit and stay wild, people. Stay wild. Okay, so the collective, what's going on over the next 6 months? The devil. Exactly. Okay, the overall energy is the devil. Okay, that's not a bad card. It's not a, oh my God, I'm sinning. Okay, it's not that. What this card is telling you is that it's time to take charge. It's time to set yourself free from things that no longer serve. Okay, um, things that no longer serve. Like I mentioned earlier, it may be a relation, whether it be a romantic relation, it might be friendship, it could be your job, maybe it's a habit, maybe with the New Year's resolution, maybe you're wanting to break a habit, um, but it's time to take charge and it's time to stand your ground. Okay, and yep, the next card down, right there, the Eight of Swords. Okay, because this life is about choice. You pick and choose what you want to do. And right now, you're just a prisoner of your own mind. Okay, so whatever's not serving you, you guys, you gotta let it go. Sometimes it might cause some tears, it might cause some heartache, but overall, that's what you're gonna need to do in order to gain and find your happiness. Okay, so our leading card is going to be a Page of Coins in reverse. What's going on with that one? Give me 1 second here. Why do we have this Page of Coins in the reverse? What's going on with this Page of Coins in the reverse? Yep, the Page of Coins in the reverse. Okay, you're being pushed to your limits. You're definitely being pushed to your limits. And it's being confirmed with the Ace of Pentacles as well as the Strength card. Okay, so once you decide to set yourself free from whatever this situation is, okay, you need you're being pushed to the limits inside, in your heart and in your mind, okay, and you're about to crack. You need to let that go. That's what you're setting yourself free from. Because once you set that yourself free from that, and it's something tangible, it's with the Ace of Pentacles, you'll be replaced with something tangible, something in the physical world. Okay, um, but it's not going to be easy. Okay, you have the strength inside. You have the strength to do it. It's about making that choice to follow through and stand your ground. Okay, don't go at it. Once you don't once your mind is set, it's set. Don't back down on that. Okay, otherwise you're going to stay stuck in that same exact situation for the next year and a half. Okay, um and for some people in the collective anyway, this situation is a repeat. It's been here before. You've said you're going to make this change, but you haven't done it, and you're still getting tired of it. Okay, whatever it is, it might be a certain individual. It might be your living situation. but you keep falling into the same patterns. Okay, so you may say, for instance, if it's a living situation, you may have been with somebody and you live together, you're not happy, and you're going, okay, I'm done. So you walk away and you find somebody else and you move in with them or they move in with you, and nothing has changed. It's still the exact same thing played out again. Why? Because life lessons go in circles. Okay, you'll repeat that lesson. You'll repeat it until you learn the lesson. Okay, so um, once once you make that decision, you stick with it, right? Now, when you find yourself in that same situation again, ask yourself, what's the lesson I'm supposed to learn? Because, like I said, life lessons go in circles. Until you learn the lesson, it's going to be presented in different ways until you learn it. It might be presented with different people involved. It might be a different surrounding. Say if it's a work relation, you might move on to another company, but it's the same scenario. Why? Because nothing changed. You didn't learn that lesson. So once you learn that lesson, then you'll step out of that and go into the next one. And that's where you find your happiness. We have the Three of Cups. What's going on with this Three of Cups? Why do we have the Three of Cups? It's about love for some people in the collective. It's definitely about a romantic love. Um, and that, yeah. So you're a lot of people in the collective. It has to do because of the Three of Cups. Okay, the Three of Cups is a celebration and finding love. Okay, and this card it just it screams all of that, and it's being clarified by the star. Okay, um, once you find the strength to move away from this situation, okay, now you take back. Um, you move on to the next lesson. It's a new beginning, and in some cases for several people in the collective it's about romance. It's definitely about romance, and you're the star. Okay, now don't you're not going to find new love, quote, love, by going out and being trashy. Okay, um it's the way you present yourself. That's what attracts people to you. Okay, and if it's a deeper attraction, other than just looking for a one night fling, then that's the relation that you're actually looking for, and that's what you're going to attract once you get yourself into that mindset, because you manifest your life, and whatever thoughts you put out, that's what the universe will give you. Okay, so if you put out, say for instance, you put out you keep thinking, I need to find somebody, I have to find somebody, I'm lonely, I have to find somebody, then the universe is going to give you the experience of wanting and needing somebody next to you. Learn to find your happiness in yourself. Okay, and one thing that I've told many people is that once you find happiness in yourself and stop looking for stop looking for other people to give you happiness, find that in yourself, find that in your heart, and your whole life will change. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Okay, because this lifetime is not an easy life. There's a lot of things that you signed up to learn in your sacred contract before you were born into this lifetime. So that's how you learn, and you've heard the expression about hard knocks. Well, sometimes that's just what it is. You'll keep going over and over the same thing with the different, with different situations until you learn that lesson. And once you learn, we have the wheel of fortune. Okay, and so once you make your mind up to move on to it, moving on to, like I say, in a lot of people in this collective at this time right now today in this lifetime, it's about romance. Okay, so why do we have the Wheel of Fortune? What's going on with the Wheel of Fortune? hmm the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So you've grown inside, okay? Because we started, our leading card was a Page of Cups in the reverse. A page is like a younger mindset, and the Knight is you've grown, you've learned, okay? You've learned, you've gone through the rough times enough, and you've learned that lesson. And so that's why we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, is that down inside you've grown. Okay, you're starting to not look for other people for validation. Okay, so you're seeing the light, which is a good thing. That's definitely a good thing, because now the wheels are turning. The wheels are starting to turn, and you're starting to understand, what you were doing in the past that you no longer resonate with. And so with that, we have a 10 of Wands. Yeah, you were tired of it. Okay. You can't do this on your own. So what's up with this 10 of Wands, Michael? What's going on with this 10 of Wands? Why do we have the 10 of Wands? Yep. Yeah, the 10 of Wands clarified by the 7 of Wands. Make sure you don't fall back into those old patterns. Okay. Um, you've made up your mind. You've moved out of the situation. Stand your ground. That's what this is talking about with this overall devil energy. Okay, stand your ground. You've made up your mind. Okay, stand your ground. Um, don't run back to a situation based on somebody else's words. Okay, that were involved in that situation. I've changed. I'm going to stop doing that now. I promise. Well, you've promised that for how many years? Okay. So words words sound good, but don't let them get implanted into your mind, because why? You're getting fed up, and that's a repeated pattern. We go from a 10 to a 7. We're going back, right? We're going back to repeat the whole thing all over again. Don't do it, you guys. You make up your mind, you stand your ground. Otherwise, you're stuck in that same situation for the next 18 months. Okay? In some cases, it may carry longer. And that's where you have the Queen of Swords is clarifying this devil energy. Okay? Once you stood your ground, um, you move into a feminine, a stronger feminine energy, being a little bit more caring, and that may even be caring more about yourself. Okay. Maybe you were with somebody that you cross paths to learn a lesson, and that lesson's been learned. Now, whether you keep in contact with them or not, it's your choice. This whole life is about choices. Okay. But stay strong and stay firm on your word. Okay. Because like I said, talk is cheap. Okay. Because the next I'm sorry, Tiny, leave it. The next card down underneath of the Queen of Swords, look at this. It's the High Priestess. The High Priestess is your connection between the physical world and the spiritual world. Okay? So you're starting to see the love that's actually behind the veil. And how do you do that? By standing your ground and being stronger. Okay? Um, there's a lot of masculine energy going on right now. Everybody wants to take charge, and this world operates on a duality plane, so everything has to have an opposite. So if everybody is showing their masculine energy and getting demanding, who's going to balance that out, okay, with the feminine energy? Somebody has to step up and do it. Step up and take charge. And, sometimes no is the most loving and caring answer that you can give somebody. They'll say, I've changed this and it's not going to happen again. I promise you. Nope. Sorry. I've heard that before. I got to go. Bye. And so you guys hold your ground, stand your ground. You've made up your mind. You've already decided what it is you don't like about this situation. Stand your ground and change that. Okay? Um you're not going to change it by being a weak person. It's going to take some strength. You don't have to be sneaky about it, but you're getting tired of this situation and you deserve better. Okay? You deserve to be better. But be better in a tactful way, better in a more loving way. Um, it can all be done with words, okay? You don't have to. Some people out there are physical, okay? You don't have to beat it into somebody. You've grown beyond that, okay? And you don't have to beat it into them, whether it be physically or verbally, okay? Because there is such thing as verbal abuse. Because so many people, they follow what's in their mind, and the mind is so busy trying to put things into perspective of what the mind thinks it is. Okay, so sometimes, just talking things out heart to heart really does make a difference. Okay, what's the oracle have to say for us to close this message? What's the oracle having to say? What's the oracle say to close this message? Sympathy. Sympathy. Show some sympathy. Okay. With this, you have a best friend is there with you all the time. Okay. And so it might be your dog, which is man's best friend. Okay. My household, there's two of them, but it might be, your best friend. Maybe you went through high school together. It may have been somebody that you met, in your job or a previous job that, you hit it off and you guys became besties, and, lean on them. Everybody needs a shoulder to lean on sometimes, and that's okay. But whenever you start this discussion of this is what's going on, um, you can listen to what they have to say. you know, this is what happened to me and this is how I handled it and this was the outcome. And you're going, okay, that sounds good. Maybe I'll try it that way instead of this way I was thinking. Okay, bounce ideas off of each other, but I would also suggest that Tiny stop barking. I'm sorry, and do a meditation and go inside your heart and ask God, ask Spirit for guidance. Okay, I do apologize about the puppy dogs. We got somebody walking down the street. Okay, I hope that was helpful for you, and I wish you the very best. And we will definitely touch bases on New Year's Day. Thank you so much. Love you guys.